ElevenLabs just made a huge splash with podcasts where you can now turn any article, any paper into a podcast that you can listen to. Check it out.
Ever find yourself distracted by your phone?
Just send you over the link. Give it a read when you're done driving.
It's all good. I can listen to it now.
In financial news today, global markets continue to soar.
The world is large.
Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. Everything you need to know about mindfulness and living your life in a way that reflects.
An introduction to organic chemistry and bioengineering.
Then another drop fell. What is the use of a statue?
And today United signed the young Brazilian.
A dash of lemon and 2 tablespoons of Greek honey.
Good news on the Californian coastline is
Welcome to Computer Science 101, your gateway to the...
now you can spend less time scrolling and more time listening to our high-quality AI voices.
Where you saw in that clip, you saw that ElevenLabs is able to now make different podcasts that you can listen to while you're on the go. And it's going to be anything. You can copy and paste a link to an article online so that it can then generate a podcast, or you can upload like PDFs about things that you're maybe researching yourself for studying later on. And it could talk about just a wide range of things from, well, economics to research to scientific papers to just chats about a book that you may be wanting to know about. Here's one on the economic situation.
Now here's a question for you. Can you think of any potential conflicts between these economic goals we've discussed so far? Take a moment to consider it.
Well, I suppose pushing for rapid economic growth might conflict with maintaining price stability. Or maybe striving for full employment could potentially reduce efficiency if we're creating jobs that aren't really needed.
Those are excellent observations.
That was a short clip, but it was able to go back and forth about the economy. But what if you wanted to study for like a biology test? Check this out.
You see, atoms are made up of even smaller particles: protons, neutrons, and electrons.
That's an interesting analogy. So how do these subatomic particles determine what an atom actually is?
Great question.
That was pretty good. But what if you was reading a book and you kind of wanted like some different viewpoints, or maybe for an article or an essay that you had to write for this book, and you kind of wanted different perspectives? Check this out.
Dickens uses these flashbacks to humanize Scrooge, showing us that he wasn't always the miserly old grump we meet at the beginning of the story.
Yeah, that scene always gets me. It's like we're watching Scrooge realize the full cost of his choices for the first time.
And right here is another one that may be pretty cool. Check this out.
Okay, so get this. The latest research shows your environment has way more impact on productivity than we thought.
Our environment?
Yeah, that's right. Researchers looked at several studies showing light, noise, and distractions really add up.
Okay. So let's break this down on today's show.
ElevenLabs has been pushing out a lot of different AI tools for people to use, and I think this is huge. One of the reasons is because Notebook LM by Google has been releasing tools as well, and they have a new podcast feature. They have other features that are a little bit more advanced than ElevenLabs, but the fact that ElevenLabs probably by far has the most advanced voice AI out there, and that people can really have a wide range, a variety of different voices that they may want to use. I think ElevenLabs may be the winner here just for having a podcast based on information that you have at a glance. And it's downloadable in an app as well. Notebook LM is pretty good, but I think you can only use the 2 voices so far. But they do have other features, which I will be covering in a video tomorrow. So if you want to hear that, you should definitely like and subscribe. But going back to ElevenLabs and just how cool this is, I think this is a little bit better and more interactive for all the people who aren't, well, avid readers, or even if you are an avid reader but you rather like hear the audio of different books, articles that you want to read, maybe especially if you don't have enough time. Like let's say you're on the way to work, you don't necessarily have time to keep your eyes on the road and read a book. You want to hear the article being read out loud. That's also an option. But what if you just want to hear the article being read out loud as well as different viewpoints to kind of stimulate yourself, because maybe you're about to go into the office and maybe there's different reports or things that you want to talk about in the office later on that's pertaining to your job, or that's just something for fun. This would be like a really good addition to what you can speak on, as well as it may give you viewpoints that you yourself wasn't really talking about. I did a few of them. I did one that they were talking about with the AGI of OpenAI, and it did pretty well, if I do say so myself. I think this is huge because, like I said, this is the end of 2024 and you go into 2025. We'll see how much more advanced that these are going to be because, well, OpenAI just talked about AGI becoming a thing, possibly, or people are talking about it at the very least. So we'll see how advanced these voice AIs are going to be. Video generation is crazy, and now this. I'm definitely looking forward to how far AI is coming, and if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest, you should definitely like and subscribe, and I'll be coming out with Google Notebook updates tomorrow. That being said, your boy Dex9 Dexter out.